in a civil war, and we have been for a long time. Many of us have warned about this for many, many years. It's just growing. It's not like all wars have a starting gun, right? Like a declaration of war, we're officially at war. Most wars have zero declaration of war. The last time the United States declared war was, like 1942 or something? I don't know when it was, 41 when we declared war against Romania, right? I mean, we haven't declared war since we declared war against Romania and a few of the partners, right? It's been a long time. Vietnam, Korea, all that. There was no declaration of war. All the wars I was in, no declaration of war. We've been in, I don't know. The only time the United States is at peace is when we're stopping to reload, right? The United States, I study war. You should see our library. It's all about fighting Indians and all sorts of things, right? We were born, the United States is a product of globalists, right? We are a product of globalist war. Like my family coming over in 1609 and getting shipwrecked on Bermuda and then landing in Jamestown in 1610 and proceeding promptly in the first Anglo-Powhatan Indian War, right? Like right off the bat, here we go, war with the Indians, right? And, it took centuries to kill off the Indians. A lot of that was done with alcohol, actually. It wasn't just, it was many things, but a big part of it was nothing but alcohol and the consequences of alcohol. And financial games. It's unbelievable that if you study what happened with the Indian. And by the way, I'm very proud to be an American. I'm deeply American. But I'm under no illusions about how this all came about. I'm under no illusions that the same tactics and techniques are being used today against us, right? They were used against the Indians. Keep in mind, these tactics were used back in Europe before. They were used in other places as well. China, Masako's been reading an old book called Race War, right? By the old Japanese army officer from 1940 or 41. And he's describing how China has done this to their indigenous people for a long. These are old games. They weren't born in Europe. They weren't born in Asia. I don't know where they were born. They were born somewhere. But the idea, these unrestricted warfare, suddenly since that book Unrestricted Warfare by the two Chinese officers with that title, Unrestricted Warfare, a lot of people come to the realization that there are people that see war in a very complex way, very artistic way, right? It's not about tanks and guns. It's about music. It's about borders, psychological operations. It's about getting you off the gold standard. It's about a lot of things all brought together at once, right? And it's a process, not an event. It's not a starting gun. It's an ongoing process that's been going for centuries, right? For centuries. And ultimately, it's not about money. People that look at this on the lower level, they'll say it's about money. But they're looking at it like at the colonel level. And way above the general level, at the higher level, beyond the military level, it's not about money. It's about wealth. It's about land. It's about routes and resources. It's about power. It's about power. The people that are doing this, they don't need money. They own the printing presses, right? They can print all the money they want, right? Bill Gates showering money all around. Where do you think that stuff comes from? I'm sure he earned a lot of it. But the money is flowing through these faces into the wars that they're doing against us, like the jabs, the pharma wars, the invasions, like the IOM. So going after the so-called migrants, that's not even the way to ultimately do it. You have to go after the source, right? You don't go after the symptom. Like if there's a gas leak in your building, you don't go, oh, this is gas. I think I should put a gas mask on, right? Seriously, you got to go turn off the gas. The first thing you do is turn off the gas. You sound the alarm, everybody out, and turn off the gas. The gas is the United Nations and other mechanisms like Catholic Charities, HIAS, which is the Hebrew Immigration Society, Norwegian Refugee Councils, Lutherans. It's a whole architecture, and they can be dismantled, right? They have physical addresses. Shut their water off. Shut their electricity off. You want to get the United Nations out of Tokyo? They're looking at expanding here in Tokyo because they're expanding the war here in Japan. If you want to get rid of them, turn off their electricity, turn off their water, impound their cars, right? You know what I mean? And just welcome them to the airport and say, have a nice day, go do it somewhere else. and cut off the funding, right? You have to cut off the gas. And Trump and his team have not cut off the gas to the United Nations. You can see in all my old videos that are online and things that I've published, if you don't go after the United Nations and the other architectures that are part of this constellation of people doing this, then you're not even serious. In fact, you're part of them, right? The number one funder for United Nations is United States, number one. And Japan's one of the big funders as well, right? And cut them off. I mean, people say, we can't cut the United Nations. I'm like, and why not? I mean, seriously, are you saying you can't turn off that light switch over there? You walk over to the light switch and you turn it off. It's that simple. You can't get rid of the United Nations? I hear you do it. You go off with the electrical people and you turn their power off in their buildings, right? You say, leave, please. Okay, turn your water off. Get out, right? You're welcome to leave. There's no air conditioning. It's hot. It's August. Leave, right? Or whatever, right? You know, it's cold. It's winter. Your pipes are freezing. Get out. That's it. This is simple. You don't need tanks. You don't need guns. You just, when they come to the airport to come in, you say, no, you're not welcome in Japan. You have to fly off somewhere else, right? And you cancel their visas and you start getting rid of them. This is simple. It's simple stuff. It just takes something that we are familiar with called testosterone. You do it, right?